welcome to episode 6 of Confessions with Lo. Before we get into the video, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below. We got 3 brand new confessions, y'all keep sending them and sending them and sending them, and I love it. Okay, so the first confession, remember we had the story about the wife pulling up on her and the guy, and I said she's sending the part 2. Ash is back, y'all. Ash is back, and she gave us the part 2. So she said, "Hey Lolo, I'm back with part 2. I figured it's better to get it sooner than later." Okay, so before I jump back into the story, also, if y'all have not seen that one, I think I did hers in episode 4. I really can't remember. But it's the thumbnail is like somebody like banging at the door. I think that was episode 4. So not the last one, but the time before that is her confession. So she said, okay, so before I jump back into the story, I need to give you a backstory on the wife really quickly so you can have an idea of how I came to know who she was. We're going to call the wife Peanut. So back in 2015, when Kanye and I were messing around before he fake fell in love, I was friends with this girl. We're going to call her Bonnie. Bonnie was in a relationship with Peanut's best friend. I didn't know who Peanut was at the time. I only knew of her because Bonnie brought her up one time. This was before Peanut and Kanye became an item. Whenever my friend Bonnie used to get into it with her girlfriend, she would vent to me, of course. One time she told me, "My girlfriend has this best friend whose name is Peanut, and we messed around behind my girlfriend's back." I'm like, damn, really? She was one shitty ass best friend. Wow. Bonnie then goes to say that Peanut didn't know how to eat the yoni. You don't know what yoni is, you're too young. So that's the one time she was brought up. The second time I heard anything about her, I was with Bonnie. Bonnie had just gotten into it with her girlfriend again. This time I noticed Bonnie was the one on the phone with the girl. Bonnie was on the phone with the girl talking about whatever happened between Bonnie and the girlfriend. The girl on the phone was saying so many negative things about Bonnie's girlfriend. I mean, dogging her the fuck out. So I asked Bonnie, who was she talking to? Bonnie tells me, "Oh, I'm talking to her best friend. Oh, I'm talking to her best friend, Peanut." So I told my friend to watch out for Peanut because whoever can talk that bad about a person that they supposedly fuck with tough has no loyalty to anybody and is fake as fuck. And that's how I discovered Peanut. And I do believe that, like, you gotta watch people who like are so comfortable like talking bad about like people that they friends with or like sharing people business, and then they say that they friends. So like, I'm not even gonna get into it, but yes, I agree. Like, you got to keep your eye out for people like that. I don't even want to get too sidetracked, but yes, I agree. Now back to this annoying night. Peanut is banging on the doors and windows. For damn near all of 2021, nobody knew where he lived. None of his siblings, mom, dad, or Peanut. Just me and 2 of his close homeboys. He eventually told her. I guess that's when they started working things out again, but he never told me. Kanye. Why would you leave that part out? And I did tell him if he ever wanted to work things out with his wife, I wouldn't be mad. I would support that decision, but of course niggas love to have their cake and eat it too. Sure do. So I'm sitting on his bed, waiting on this dumb nigga to figure out what the fuck he gonna do. And I told him I do not feel like fighting. Mind you, I'm calm as hell because I wish a bitch would. I know that's right, because I wish a bitch would run up in this shit. Anywho, he eventually gives me a mask, like a medical mask, because he didn't want her seeing who I was. And I honestly didn't either, because the drama I just didn't have time for. So before we walked out, he told me to walk straight to my car and not to stop. He opens the door and we walk and I head towards my car. I'm power walking because I just want this stupid ass drama filled night to be over with. As I'm walking away, I hear someone say, "Who is that?" And she started running after me. So I turned around because your girl is ready for all the smoke at this point. It's Peanut's sister. She was older, maybe early 40s. Why would you never mind. She stops me and says, "Who are you?" Bitch, I don't have to tell you that. She wasn't aggressive at all. Just too involved in her sister's bullshit, making her concerned, I guess. But I mean, like, I guess that's the wife and that's her sister, but still, 40s. I was fully prepared for you to say she was gonna like start swinging or something. That's where I was gonna be like, you 40. 40s, actually. So you might be like 43. I don't know. Hold on, I lost my place. I responded, I didn't know who Kanye was. Oh, I didn't know Kanye was back with her. The sister then says, can you please just tell my sister that? This has been going on for too long as far as him cheating in general. And I just want her to wake up. I told her, nah, I'm good. Right. Don't involve me in this shit. That's nothing to do with you and everything to do with Kanye and the sister and Peanut. I don't want to be in any of that. The sister says, please. Shit, at this point, I'm feeling bad for the sister, LOL. So I agreed, even though I knew it wasn't going to change shit. So we finally get to the parking lot. It's me, Kanye, Peanut, Peanut's sister, and Kanye's sister. Kanye's sister is one of my close friends, by the way, but she didn't know I was a sneaky link, LOL. So Peanut is like, who are you? Who are you? So I'm mumbling because I just don't give a fuck. I didn't know you and Kanye were back together. Literally mumbling because I'm not explaining shit to this dumbass female. She then gets bold and swings on your girl. Oh! Now she swung on you. Wait. This just reminded me because some people were saying how the story about how me and Alyssa rode up on Bum and started swinging on the girl. Well, we didn't start swinging, but somebody was like, why y'all didn't start swinging on Bum? Listen, that didn't have nothing to do with me. If Alyssa would have started swinging on him, that would have ended differently. But that wasn't my beef. But my thing is, why Peanut didn't want to start swinging on Kanye? Why she wanted to start swinging on you? Okay, cool. Hold on, I lost my place. Y'all know I'm bad with that. Now, that's funny to think back on because I already know what I'm capable of. So she swung. She didn't connect. I feel like she only swung because there were like two people between us. When she swung, my reaction was green light. Pulled off the hood of my hoodie and was getting ready to take my mask off. But as I'm doing this, I'm going towards her. It happened so fast though. Her sister starts yelling, no, no, please don't. I didn't do anything. I'm actually proud of controlling myself and not letting anger take over. The only reason why I wanted to beat her ass was because it was the fucking nerve of me. It was a fucking nerve for me. So, you willing to get your ass beat over a nigga who not about shit, not worth it, trust me. So I get in my car and I pulled off. I get a call maybe like 5 minutes later and it's my friend, Kanye's sister. She asked me why I didn't tell her and she realized it was me once I took my hoodie off. She also told me Peanut and Kanye were supposed to do a movie that night. So this nigga invited me over instead of, wait, what you mean do a movie? Like have a movie night or make a movie? So this nigga invited me over instead of just stop answering her calls. So she came anyway because that was the plan. So she was the one calling when we were in the do, LOL. I was like, wow, I would never fuck with this burnt out ass. His burnt out ass again and never did. That shit was a turnoff. Oh, and I left the small part out. Before we walked outside, why he asked if I could hide under the bed, bitch. I was like, fuck no, the fuck I look like, nigga. But yeah, that was the story time of when my sneaky link / friends with benefits wife pulled up. Update, they are no longer together, unhappy and cheating on one another. Laugh my ass off. Wow. Yeah, it just sounds like they just need to like get a divorce at this point. Can't believe that Peanut really tried it and wanted to turn into peanut butter. And she swung on you like that because I really feel like you was going to do your big one and embarrass her in front of her man. And that is actually one of my biggest fears, getting beat the fuck up in front of my nigga. Can never happen. Yeah, I'm back. I low-key had to just try to play that off because my camera was dying. Ash, thank you so much for sending in that part 2, girl. If you have any other story times, go ahead and send it my way. Love you so much. Let's get into this next one, y'all. So this one says, weirdo best friend left me for dead. Wait. So she said, hey Lauren, my name is, not gonna say her name, and I'm a huge fan of your storyline content and have been rocking with you since the beginning. The last from your story times got me through so many of my worst days. Oh, I love you and I appreciate you so much. So this story is about my crazy ex-best friend and how I feel like she was a low-key hater the whole duration of our friendship. I know how I feel about that. So back in my freshman year of high school, I tried out for the cheerleading team and met a lot of the girls that I would spend the majority of my time with during high school because of all of the practices, games, and competitions. You know how that go. I got close to Ramen Noodles. Let's call her Ramen Noodles because if you know, you know. The blonde hair of hers was dead, honey. I don't like, you mean like dead, like her hair was breaking off, like it was damaged. Uh-oh. When I say we got close, I'm talking damn near inseparable. We went everywhere together, from practice to shopping on the weekend to sleepovers to parties. If you saw me, then she wasn't too far behind. As time went on, we started to apply for college and submit scores and applications. My dream was to always attend an HBCU in Georgia, and I was so excited when I got accepted to my #1 school of choice. I decided to keep the news to myself until decision day because I wanted to surprise all my friends. So May 1st, decision day rolls around. Side note. That's so cute. Y'all had a decision day? We did not have that at my school. That is so cute. I think I've seen it, like you wear like the college that you're going to, like you wear like the shirts or the jackets or like whatever, and then you just, that is so cute. So May 1st, decision day rolls around, and I couldn't wait to throw on my hoodie to rep my new college and wear it to school. Mind you, none of my friends have mentioned what schools they picked to go to, but we did tell each other all the schools we applied to. So I was so caught off guard when I walked up to Ramen Noodles and she had a hoodie that looked exactly like mine, so immediately go, surprise, we can be roomies now. My heart immediately fell to my ass crack because after being friends with her all throughout high school, I knew I wanted to distance myself when we went off to college. I was beyond confused and puzzled, because she always rambled about wanting to go to fashion school in New York. She had some ways that I didn't really vibe with, and I wanted to go to college and start over with a clean slate. Somehow, some way, she was able to coerce and manipulate me into moving into the same dorm room with her, and girl, that was a huge mistake. Things with Ramen Noodles went sour within 2 weeks, if that. She would get mad at me for going to the caf without her, leaving for class without her, ordering food for myself, and not asking if she wanted food too. Like, geez, girl, do I look like your mama? I remember one time I went to the communal bathroom across the hall and started to shower, and the water was hot and steamy. I then went back to my room to undress and grab my shower caddy. Can you believe this girl caught an attitude with me for going to take a shower and not waiting for her to take one at the same time? It was given, if you got a crush on me, just say that. It's definitely given she kind of like you more than the friend. Over the weeks, our communication began to slip to the point where by the middle of September, we weren't speaking anymore. She didn't tell me happy birthday. She would slam drawers when I was sleeping. She would come in the room having full-blown conversations about me. She even would leave the room and turn off the light if I was not in there using the damn light. Pretty Petty was her name. So I got sick of her shit, because play with your mama, don't play with me. I started to return her energy because we could really take it there. After months of not talking, she writes me some stupid ass note talking about how selfish I was and that our friendship was never genuine. And at that point, I was so fed up, I didn't even care what she was talking about. But here's the catch. We end up making up for the last time of many fallouts, and I realized we were leaving for winter break the same day. Only difference was my flight was earlier in the afternoon and hers was in the evening. There was a snowstorm coming to Georgia, and y'all know how crazy people get when they see a little snow coming down south. Right. Why is school canceled for 2.5 months when all we had was ice on the ground? I'm confused. I'm so confused. So her flight ended up getting canceled, but I was able to pull some strings to help her get a spot on my earlier flight because there was a few extra seats. We even ended up sitting together on the plane. Our flight was delayed for over 6 hours, so we were just sitting around on the plane waiting to leave. Finally, the flight takes off. I drift off to sleep, forgetting to plug my phone in to charge. Would you believe that when we landed, this trick didn't even let me borrow her phone to check to see if my ride got to the airport? Like, left me at the airport with a dead ass phone and didn't even think twice about it. And from that moment, I knew that was never my friend, and I never spoke to her again, because that's some grimy shit that she pulled after I helped her ass out. So you got her on this damn flight, which I would have left her ass back to wherever the fuck y'all school was at. I would have left her right there. You pulled some strings, helped her to get on this flight. Thought y'all, because I think you said, yeah, we end up making up. You think everything cool. You wake up, your phone dead. And she said, well, bitch, oh well. Oh well, see you on the flip side. I never understand, like, why girls do what they do. Like, it was definitely giving, like, either she was, like, slick in love with you, she was a hater, all of the above. Like, that's really weird. That's really, really weird. I'm sorry if this was long as fuck, but I hope you get the moral of the story. Watch who you call your friends, because not everyone who say that for you is really in your corner for real. Love you so much, Lo, and thank you for sharing my story. No, I completely get that. Y'all already know I got plenty videos about different girls that I come in contact with. You really do have to like watch who you call your friend, and I didn't learn that until like I was an adult. Like, don't be so quick to use the friend word. Like, that can just be somebody that you're acquainted with, somebody that you know, somebody that you're getting familiar with, but we just be throwing around that friend word, and to me, friend, like, that holds so much weight to me. So you can't just be calling everybody like your friend. You said y'all was best friends, so that was really fucked up, and that's okay, because she gonna get whatever is coming to her. So yeah, thank you so much for sending in that story, girl. And we got one more story. Okay, so the last confession, this, let me hurry up before my camera died. This one does not have a subject. So it says, "Hey Lo, I love you so much and keep up the good work." Thank you, I love you too. I was listening to your video, hit the lick at the one where the girl hit the lick at Walmart, and then the other one somebody gave her the clap. She said, "The second confession really got me thinking about this. So this boy I was with at the time, we're gonna call him Sneaky. Sneaky and I at this point had been dating for a month and things were going well. But there was this boy, we're gonna call him Obsession, LOL. Little backstory on Obsession is that he's a family friend of a family friend, and when I first met him, I couldn't take my eyes off him. He was 6'4", played basketball, and worked out. My ideal man of what I would want. While Sneaky was the same, he just didn't have the height. But Obsession was the type of guy that if you felt uncomfortable, he would maneuver his way into you doing something." Wait, not gonna lie, he played that part well because it worked on me. But I'll always remember this moment. So it was in October and Obsession was coming out for basketball tryouts. He came with a friend to keep him company because his siblings were busy but stayed at the mutual family friend's house. We're gonna call them Barry's. So Obsession and his friend was staying in Barry's little sister room for the weekend, and Bears and I had plans that weekend to go to car meets and get fucked up. While prior to this, Obsession and I had been texting each other on what's finna go down this weekend when he comes out, and I kid you not, why was I avoiding this man like the plague? You said pledge, but I think you meant plague. We were snapping here and there and talking about what's gonna go down, but I couldn't get him alone, or it was my excuse to myself saying I was a pussy. But the day before he was gonna leave, the night prior, I got drunk and snapped him and started saying stuff like I was finna do something that night. But the morning rolls around and Barry's little sisters, thank God for her, she convinced me to go and see him. I'm glad, but I'm also not glad. Besides the point, I met him in the bathroom and we started getting down to business. We made out for a couple minutes, then he tried sticking it in, but it wouldn't go in, so we tried it from the back. It stayed in for a bit, but after it wouldn't go back in. So he just decided I should give him head. No, this is just me not coming for anyone. I despise giving head because I just think it's nasty and it's not my cup of tea. But back to him. It was me because I was too tense, and that's why it wouldn't go in. But after Sneaky and I kept dating for 4 months, but the second month into us dating, Sneaky started switching up and being weird and mad weird, and my intuition was telling me something was wrong, but I ignored it. After finding out the truth, I promised myself never to ignore my intuition again. But we're gonna call this bitch homewrecker. Wait. So I'm assuming that hold on, because I don't want to lose my place. I'm assuming that you were still with Sneaky when this stuff with Obsession went down, right? And then, because you said, before you said that y'all was just together for a month. Now we at 4 months, so some time has passed. So you started getting intuition about Sneaky, that he was doing something, right? If I'm following correctly, that's what I think you meant. After Sneaky got introduced to homewrecker by his boys, that's when bells were ringing in my head and my intuition started telling me something was going on. So I gave this boy a chance and told him to look out for her if she tries anything and to go off on this bitch. He agreed and we kept it at that. Come to find out, I started getting a burning sensation down there, and it hurt to pee after a week of Sneaky and I doing the deed. and I thought it was God punishing me for what I did. So I told Sneaky about my symptoms, and I told him I don't know how I got it, and I told him to go get checked as well. So we do. Come to find out, I got chlamydia, but came back with a negative HIV test. Wait, you didn't even assume like any of the other, you thought you had HIV? Wait a minute. But after getting told I had chlamydia, I started thinking, did Obsession have something but didn't tell me? But that was a month ago. So I did my research and come to find out it takes weeks for an STI to start making itself known. And it's not from bacteria, it's from being exposed to someone with the same STI. I was going to say, why would you think that Sneaky gave it to you if you was just messing with Obsession? It's quite possible that he, like, why was your first instinct to think it was Sneaky when, you know, you was messing with Obsession as well, you know? And by this time, Sneaky was giving red flags left, right, and center. But I got my treatment and was feeling better. And after him breaking up with me and saying some lame ass excuse covering his shit up, Homewrecker couldn't keep her mouth shut and told her friends that she was fucking this guy for a month and he had a girl and she doesn't know about it. Proceeds to show a picture of Sneaky and I. And her friend who was dating one of my friends, we're going to call her Tay. Tay's boyfriend told her about what Homewrecker said. Proceeds to show a picture of me towards her and says, I know that girl and that's so-and-so. And Tay tells the girl we're mutuals. Tay tells the girl we're mutuals with that we're both good friends with. We'll call her Stoner. But Stoner told me what exactly Tay heard from her boyfriend, and Stoner thought I wouldn't believe her, but she has no reason to lie to me, knowing if she does, I'm going to do something, and that's what Stoner was afraid of. I was going to believe her. That was a really long sentence, sis. But bottom line, Sneaky fell and was fucking Homewrecker for a month and gave me an STI that was curable, but honestly, I don't regret anything with Obsession. I don't regret anything with Obsession. That following morning, Obsession was... I'm confused. I don't regret anything with Obsession that following morning. Obsession was better looking than Sneaky, and his two homeboys were telling me this man was a red flag and toxic. Should have listened to them for real. And how I can trust them is I grew up with them before I even met Sneaky, and one of his homeboys is Barry brother, so I trust them. But after getting exposed to my first STI, I'm afraid to do the deed now, even though there's protection involved. Yes, I know I was wrong to cheat on him and recognize that after doing what I did, but coming to find out Sneaky and Homewrecker, I'm glad I did what I did. And hope he catches something worse than bacteria. Hope it's a virus. No, he put me through so much while we were together and my mental health started deteriorating, but I still stayed because I thought I could change him. Okay. So, a couple things with this. I'm just going to assume you are younger. It sounds like you're younger. So, let's think of this as like big sister to little sister type of moment, right? Because like a lot of y'all send in like confessions and it has to do with like sexual health, and y'all don't know what certain STIs are, STDs. You don't think that you could still get something even if a condom is used, even if they pull out, even if you only give head. Like, let me just tell you something. Like I tell anybody, and just know this is coming from a place of love, right? Like I always tell everybody, you have to be careful who you give access, who has access to your body, who you open up your legs to, right? Because that could have been much worse. Like apparently chlamydia is just a very common STI, and thank God it's curable because so many people get it. But I want y'all to be cautious about who you have sex with. Please be so cautious. I personally think that, well, I don't know, because on one hand, I'm thinking that maybe Obsession gave you something and you gave it to Sneaky. But then it's like Sneaky was messing around. Who knows what's the girl named Homewrecker? Who knows who she was messing with? So you see how like, just because, say you have one partner and your partner is cheating on you, that person that they sleeping with and that person that they sleeping with, you know, like it just continues. It's like a big ass circle, like a cycle. Like you never know. You have to get tested. You have to use protection. Like this is why I feel like if you are not mentally capable of like doing research about the things that could happen to you, STDs, STIs, pregnancy, like anything, if you are not emotionally or mentally prepared or capable of finding out these different things and knowing about your body and what somebody can give to you, you don't need to be having sex. You don't. You really, really don't. Like, you sound like, I don't know how old you are, but it sounds like you are kind of young. Like, I want y'all to wait to do these things. And I know you're going to do what you want to do. I ain't nobody, I'm just somebody on YouTube, but I literally, y'all, like, I have so many of these stories. It's like the same vibe, just a different person submitting a story. Y'all have to be so cautious. I don't think that just because you feel like the relationship is going bad, that warrants you to go out and sleep with somebody else. I'm not here to place judgment on you. Like I said, this is a no judgment zone. I'm just telling you, I don't think you were right in that situation, but we all make mistakes, right? So I really do hope that you learned from this. Honestly, I really, really do, because that's really scary. That could have been something that was not curable. As you see from other stories that I've told, some people have curable diseases, infections, whatever you want to call them, and some people don't. Don't hope that he gets a virus, because those are not curable. Herpes is a virus that's not curable. But yeah, like, I don't know. Thank you for, you know, sending this in and being vulnerable and telling me, explaining to me this whole situation. But I just want y'all to just be a little bit more cautious. Don't let somebody talk you about your panties, because that could just go so many different ways, as you can see. Yeah, just take a step back. Really, like, reevaluate things, and hopefully in the future we are smarter than this, because this was a mess. This was a mess. I'm not even gonna hold you. But again, thank you so much for sending in that confession. I love you, and I really hope that you take something away from what I just said, just coming from a place of love. Really, it is, truly. So yeah, y'all, that was the third confession. My camera is dying again, so we gotta go ahead and get up out of here. Come back next week for a brand new story time and a brand new confessions with Lo. I appreciate y'all so much. Before we get off this video, make sure you are subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up so more people can find us. Leave me a comment, and if you ever do want to send in your confession, the email to do so is always gonna be in the description box below. And I'm gonna see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.